Welcome back to the Old Colony Cast, a podcast about all things Marshfield and surrounding areas. I am your host, Andy, joined by other host, Hanna.
Hello.
And joined by AI-generated editor, Fish.
That is the single meanest thing you've ever said about me.
That is, I'm being really nice to you. There's like people here. So for those of you who don't know, we've been doing this podcast for 4 years?
What?
Like 170 episodes.
So I joined in
Yeah, don't go back and listen to anything before episode 50. It's not good. So we do all sorts of things around the Plymouth area, true crime. New England area.
Yeah.
We do Rhode Island once in a while. Deep dives into local businesses, points of interest, history, anything that we think is a good story. And so we're here today to do our first live episode in front of you lovely people. So this is kind of exciting for us. And so one of the things we always do, or whenever we have an update, is to do like an update about a past location or episode that we did. And this actually went up, I think, this week. It might have been this Fish. Was it this week that we? What did we record about?
I need some context. Is what you're talking about.
The episode. What was the episode about?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. So also, once the episodes end, it immediately wipes from my brain, and I have no idea what we talked about.
Wait,
but
the train wreck?
Oh yeah.
Was it the train wreck? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's a train wreck that happened in the 1950s in Blizzard. It's a good story. However, I did an update about a true crime thing, so I'm going to bring that update to you guys because I found it very interesting. I saw a headline article about the Epstein files solving the Elizabeth Gardner Museum heist. If you don't know, the Elizabeth Gardner art heist was the biggest art heist in history. It's unsolved. The frames still remain empty. We did an episode about it. And upon looking into the article itself, it was some online podcaster, you know how those people are, who found a reference to an art piece in Epstein's tax forms, and she was convinced it was one of the Gardner Museum pieces. The biggest red flag for me was like, if you have stolen artwork, you're not going to claim it in your taxes. I'm like, that just makes zero sense. But upon like the investigation from the article, they contacted the Elizabeth Gardner Museum, and the person at the museum said it is a similar named piece, but it is a different piece. So if someone's trying to convince you that Epstein was behind the Elizabeth Gardner Museum, didn't happen, not a thing. So the other thing that we do in this podcast is we create a Google list between the three of us with different ideas, and then we ignore it entirely. And so every episode we show up and say, Hannah, what are we talking about today?
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you this time around.
It's kind of how the show works.
We're just going to roll right in.
Oh, you're going to roll right in? Oh,
yeah,
great.
We'll roll right in.
Fish, we have no idea what we're talking about.
Yep.
That's never
so like every episode.
Before. Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking to God.
But I didn't get this from the list either.
Surprise.
No one else would know what's on the list, but there's no context to the list. Okay. So my interest was piqued. I was given a prompt for this location and this event that I tried my best to follow along, but my interest always takes me down like rabbit holes. So I saw an article from a long time ago about an event in Vermont that I thought was kind of neat, and it was almost a coming of Christ.
How did you get from Marshall to Vermont?
New England.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't think it had to be. You didn't mention anything about Marshall.
You just said you looked up this area.
No, I didn't say that. I just said,
all right.
Location as like what's going on.
Okay, all right. I took this locate like here.
This brewery.
Yeah.
I don't think anything crazy's happened here yet.
Oh, the night is young.
So it's in Calais, Vermont, somewhere between 1820, 1840. There's the Old West Church, and Millerites, which I had never heard of that religious like sect
No.
at all.
Millerites?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were the people who attended that church. And on New Year's Eve, they were awaiting the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Shh. What year was this?
Eagerly.
What year was this?
A little bit before 1840.
Okay, sure. Go on.
Somewhere in that timeline.
Spoiler alert.
Since the end was coming, a lot of the beginning, I don't know. It was a happening that they were waiting on. A lot of the farmers in that area that attended that church ended up not storing enough crops, giving away items, like abandoning their farms for this. At midnight, the clock, it
Struck
happened.
12.
But I don't know when did like New Year's Eve become a thing?
I think at the end of the very first year.
I mean, like the celebrations.
Ah.
So they were there. The clock struck midnight, and like
And the mouse ran down.
Yep, and
Yeah.
the ball didn't drop, but
Okay.
several women did scream,
Okay.
and then nothing happened.
So they thought he was coming like at midnight.
Yes, that
Okay.
was their plan.
This happens a lot.
Yes,
Like a lot.
or maybe he's still a little running late. I don't know.
Maybe.
So nothing happened except several women did scream. This left people in the area with like who gave up and just believed that this was happening. Very little options for those who ended up not storing enough crops, kind of abandoning their property.
It's always one of those self-fulfilling prophecies where they're like, oh, it's going to be the hardest times, and they don't plant their food. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it is the hardest times.
So, I mean, they planted it.
Yeah.
Just they were like, we're not in it for the long run, so they didn't plant enough. It was kind of an excessively cold winter that year too, so not the best year for that to be their plan, to say the least. So what I kind of ended up finding was someone sharing their uncle's journal from this time.
Okay.
And how one farm decided to react to their second coming not happening because they didn't save.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys didn't know this, but I was lectured not to jump ahead. I can't. I have no idea where this goes.
So this is all stuff that like eventually this journal that was found was published, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be reading a little bit right from the journal entries, and some of it I'm going to be a little bit more like, this is kind of what happened.
Sure,
You know what
sure.
I mean? So this fellow that was in the church, but not necessarily a part of this farm, he was Uncle William for all, who are interested. That's what he's known as. He was there, and at this, like, it was just like someone's household. But there were some extended family there, and there were some older people there. Some of them that were a little bit harder to take care of, and there was a younger man there who had some disabilities, and he noticed that they were all being given some sort of like drugs in cups, like they were loading up their cups with something.
Okay.
But like no one seemed nervous about this. It was like
Sounds like a party.
kind of, yeah,
All right.
but like the kind that like
Wait, is this like a Jamestown kind of party or like?
I don't know.
Deadheads.
So it's Vermont, so probably
Yeah, see?
the earliest form. No, they were like willingly accepting these, and everyone's just kind of going about their business. I believe he was just friendly with one of the farmers there, and in my understanding, I'm imagining like this person like thinking his friend doesn't have a lot for the winter, so he's stopped by to check in on them, and
Okay.
he has happened upon like something weird going on.
Okay.
So, in not a very long amount of time, those people who willingly, it's 6 people, it was 4 men and 2 women, and they willingly accepted those drugs in whatever carafe they were given.
But they knew they were drugs.
They knew that, yeah, they knew what was in it. They knew what was
Did
happening.
he have to put his wagon keys in the fishbowl when he got there? No. All right.
They eventually passed out.
Okay.
Okay. And then this is where for him it got like very odd, is that they started to strip them of all their clothing.
So there was a fishbowl.
Except for like they were wearing
Sorry,
this,
you told
like,
me not to jump ahead.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, what are they gonna put in there? Their carriage,
I don't
like
know,
harness?
carriage keys? I don't
know. Like
Their horse fob.
so, they had one single garment on, and one by one, they're like he's just kind of like acting like he knows what's supposed to be happening. So he like holds the door essentially while these bodies get carried out. I should say people; they're not quite bodies yet.
And he was there just to check on his neighbor.
Yeah.
What a sport.
So,
Okay.
and he
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say not quite bodies yet?
yeah.
She did, yeah.
Oh, dear.
I know.
Yes, she did, God.
So they bring them out to this area around a fire pit. There's logs set up for them, and they're carried outside one by one. It's very cold. It's Vermont. And they actually waited. I guess someone is like talking about how the weather was the appropriate weather that night because of how cold it was.
Okay, so they had a plan.
Yes.
Okay. But me and this guy don't know what it is.
So they knew the plan, and like I said, those people were willing participants in what was going on.
Okay.
So, sorry. All right. I'm going to read a little bit right from the journal.
Okay.
So, it was the night the bodies were carried out in the full moon, occasionally obscured by flooding clouds shown on their upturned, ghastly faces. A horrible fascination kept me by the bodies as long as I could endure the severe cold.
Ew.
I know. He's kind of weird, too, though.
It is, I mean...
I would have left.
Yeah, I feel like... I'd definitely be regretting my choice of drinking from the carafe.
He was just trying to help.
Yeah.
Soon I could not stand the cold. I went inside, where I found my friends in a cheerful conversation. In about an hour, we went out to look at the bodies. They were fast freezing.
So now there are bodies.
Generally. I think they're just being referred to as bodies as long as they're, like, unconscious.
Okay.
Again, we went inside. The men were smoking their clay pipes, but silence had fallen over them. Perhaps they were thinking about this time when they... Or just thinking about the times, like, of what was going on, and it's probably finally hitting them. And eventually they had to go back outside, and they started to bring the bodies back in.
Okay. Sure.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is where I mess up what I'm reading. They didn't bring the bodies back in at all.
This happens every episode.
Ignore that. Ignore that
Usually
entirely.
fish edits it out, though, I think.
No, so they actually, it's like just time to go to bed, so they end up going to bed. And the bodies are still outside. Clear the air on that. Bodies are still outside.
Bodies are outside. It's time to go to bed.
Yep.
This guy hasn't left yet. I hate those guests when you're like, it's obviously time for you to leave.
I meant to say, too, so if like that failed, like Return of Christ happened on January 1st or December 31st, this was January 7th, and we're now moving into January 8th.
Okay.
Okay? So the night of January 7th and the January 8th. So we're very close. Like whatever they had going on, they had scraped this together right after the event didn't happen.
They at least waited for my birthday. I appreciate that.
Wait, when's your birthday?
The 3rd.
Oh.
So.
The frozen bodies became visibly white on the snow and lay in a huge drift about them. Some of the women came in close to the fire that was like in the area. They started like preparing breakfast, and then like affairs just started continuing.
How did they decide who's a body person and who's not a bot? Like,
So if you mentioned, if you heard what I said earlier,
I probably did.
sorry, well, that was
No,
like
it's proud
such
of
a
me.
condescending. If you heard what I said earlier,
No, it's accurate.
no.
It's
So
accurate.
the 6 that just were involved in this were elderly.
Oh, okay. So it's just 6 people.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, just 6 people.
I did miss that. I'm sorry.
Yes, and they were mostly elderly and someone with disabilities.
I'll do better. I won't do better.
Let's see. So they did have to get the bodies somewhere because now they're looking like they don't want to leave them out in the wild or the open. So they created a box, and within the box there were two 2 feet of straw. That sounds weird.
2 feet
Of straw.
like deep.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
got you.
And they put that at the bottom. They laid the frozen bodies in the boxes. I think they made 2 each, like 3 and 3. And then they faced the upper body parts, and so they weren't like suffocating, I guess, but they kind of seemed dead. Don't
Okay, yeah, I would think they were.
they?
They turned white. I mean,
So they're covered in cloth, and more straw was put on them, and then bodies were. Oh, okay. I see it. They just like kind of created like a little capsule of these 3. So they're taking good care of them.
sure.
In
People
their way.
they killed, they took great care of them.
So they nailed these boxes shut to protect the bodies, to keep them from carnivorous animals, and to keep them outside.
Okay,
That's the plan, in the freezing, so they would remain.
I mean that makes some sense.
Yes. Let's see. They also went and unloaded. Sorry, this is when I have to read some of these notes. They hid them under like huge boughs of hemlock, which I'm sure was to try and like help with smell too, or something.
Oh, sure, yeah,
hemlock
yeah, yeah.
is nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, sprucey.
I mean it's Vermont winter. You'd think it'd be pretty frozen.
Yeah. And let's see. As soon as they were able to cover the boxes with snow, they continued to do that, and this left it in a drift. And then he heard some weird chatter on his way out, because now he's experienced this whole thing with them. He's like, I guess I'm just part of this part of the church now. Like, I didn't know this was a
So
thing.
this is just a Millerite thing.
Something like that.
Okay.
It's these people from the Millerites specifically, because
All
not
right.
everyone did this.
Okay.
So he heard some weird chatter about them returning in spring, to like return for the bodies.
To like bury them and stuff.
Maybe because the ground was too frozen. So he didn't know much about that, and he like had to leave to go to Boston for a bit, and to be with his thoughts about what had occurred.
His thoughts being like, did I just see a crime?
He was like an accomplice in it. And then on May 10th, he arrived back in town. It's muddy there. It's like they get mud season up there. And most of the snow is gone, except for the drifts. Kind of, we might still have them here. So snow drifts last forever. And he found the same like party of. He went to go see his friend, and he like kind of is noticing that the same gathering of people is happening. And now
The fact that he still calls him his friend.
he was
is,
his butt. What, you never know. They could have been like middle school chums.
Yeah, but if my middle school chum killed 6 elderly people, I'd be like, I think we should part ways.
So this is when it got even weirder, and they started to unbury the bodies now that it's spring.
Yeah.
From like the weird capsule they
The
made.
hemlock and yeah.
And about they had set up troughs, like large drinking troughs,
Okay.
and some hemlock logs were placed underneath. It was creating like a tepid water like station. Like,
Okay.
how people do ice baths and those like
it just sounds like you're trying to make this sound like a spa.
it sounds nice.
Sure.
A forest bath.
It's a forest bath with dead people.
And now, yes, so they were started to ease up the temperature of the water, and started pouring some like weird. I say weird, but like of the time, it probably made sense to them. Like, whatever it was, like these concoctions of like herbs and things like that, things that they thought would be nice in the water. I don't know.
Sure.
And they did start putting the bodies into the troughs that they made. And then
Wait, they weren't in them.
no.
Okay, I made the joke about being a spa and I lost track. Sorry.
They had taken the bodies out, right? And you
Yeah.
think like natural occurrence would be like, let's bury them now.
Yeah.
But now they're putting them into spa tubs.
Okay.
Um,
Also
And-
known as soup.
yeah, and they were given with each body, right? They were given a specific like spirit or alcohol
Okay.
that they were trying to like gently put in place in all their mouths.
All right.
And then they let like those bodies do their things. So this Uncle William is claiming now at this point that they like went and did their thing, and he saw the color return to all of these people's faces.
Oh, so they weren't dead. What do you? Is that what you're getting at?
That's what I'm getting at. Is that he thought he witnessed a massive like murder suicide situation, and then somehow they were able to like concoct these earthly things and bring these people back to from the bitter
did
cold.
they come back to life?
That's kind of what's unknown. he saw their the color return to their cheeks, and like the cold disappear from them, like they became defrosted. And he swears that he saw like one of the elderly people out and about that summer.
So this guy went to his buddy's house and took a bunch of drugs.
So I have some follow up.
Okay. Good. I feel like I need some.
So this I came across because the diary entry was published at some
I
point.
love how you told me not to jump ahead. Like, I've never heard of this nonsense before.
Was published at some point, and in all the same areas of Vermont. But it was published like 50 years after the event.
Okay.
Let me see. December 21st, 1887. And it was published in Montpelier's Argus and Patriot, which was the newspaper at the time, by Mabel Hines. Someone at the time tracked her down because they found scrapbooks with this article in it, which had the cuttings of this person's diary entry that had been shared eventually, I guess.
The person who did drugs, his diary.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
Super trustworthy.
he went and tracked down this girl because she somewhere in his connection to it, he got her name.
Yeah.
And she was able to share that the initial person who published the story was her grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
And the original writer of the diary, or yes, it would have been the diary, was Alan Morrison. He served at the Old Weston Church, the one we've been talking about, as a sexton. So he worked there for many, many years. But the thing about him was he was known to be a very elaborate storyteller.
No.
Yeah, that's it.
This reminds. So to share with everyone here, we were about 50 episodes in when we first met Hanna, and I'm like, "Oh my God, you should come on as a guest host." And within 20 minutes, I'm like, "You need to come on and stay on." And the first episode,
It was the first or second.
Yeah, I
Ish?
think we did an introducing Hanna. And
Yeah.
then we did like
And she told this whole story that went on and on and on. And at the end, she's like, "Yeah, that was all lies, big fake lie story."
So the thing
and
about
I was so mad, but it was a great story.
the thing about this is that those events at that church really happened.
So those people died.
No. That was separate. That was after, like the
Oh, the
New Year's Eve, like coming of Christ.
Yes.
That was like a real. I'm calling it a failed returning of Christ event.
Okay. Sure.
That was real. The people in that area were real.
So we don't know if this is a true story. Is what we're getting.
We're very much led to believe that this is probably not true.
I'm coming down pretty hard as the word of God that
Yes.
no.
But upon reading it, just like before, it rolled out to me, and I was like, "This
So
is
you had
crazy."
the same experience that we were having.
Yes,
Yeah, all right.
literally, I was like, "What the hell is happening right now?" And as soon as I heard like the defrosting of bodies, I was like, "Well, that's weird." But
That's
people
not-
do weird
yeah.
stuff when they kill people. So
Well, sure. Yeah.
it was only the actual like wood sauna that they created that I was like, "Okay."
The people soup.
And then if you like look anything up, it is a very much a known legend of the area, but I had never heard of before.
Moral of the story: be careful when you go to Vermont.
Yes, not New Hampshire too.
New Hampshire. Yeah.
And it led me down. Like I thought I was experiencing a post true crime event.
This sounded like a Jamestown
Yes.
kind of thing. Yeah.
And then my hopes were kind of rattled. And then I was like, well, this is what I did my homework on because I'm already halfway through.
We appreciate it, even though it's sort of not real.
But you can like, it's like the Frozen Hill people of Calais.
Fish just edit out the part where
where
she says it's not real, and then it's true crime.
it was true to me.
Yeah.
For most of what I was reading.
Okay, so here's the thing. It can't be true crime because arguably if they got better, I don't know what the crime would be.
Oh, that's an excellent point.
Just partying too hard.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not illegal yet.
It can be.
So I think that kind of wraps up that story.
I think so, but
all right, I didn't want to like.
But just to clear the air,
just clear the
person who wrote it, or yes, the
is a known BSer.
Is a known BSer, but he was real. That church was real, and he was there for that time.
So he's a real person.
Real person who like went through this return of Christ that didn't happen. So it was meshed with like reality a little bit. He like elaborated on it. He took advantage of an event
that didn't happen to tell about a thing that didn't happen.
He's like, well, this would be a good
idea. That's
idea.
on brand. Yeah, for sure. So, all right. So that kind of wraps this up. So as you may or may not know, if you haven't listened to the show, this is the part where we stop talking.
And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/Inebri-art to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at Inebri-art.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at Inebri-art or at Inebri-art6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebri-art, and all the other shows on the Inebri-art Network, which you can find at Inebri-art.com. Thanks again for listening.